am ready to jump into it and introduce the two amazing experts we have to guide us through our conversation today. First, I'm excited to introduce Vivian Kaye. Vivian Kaye is the founder and CEO of KinkyCurlyYaki, a premium textured hair extension brand for Black women that she bootstrapped to over a multi-million dollar business in revenue as an immigrant, college dropout, and single mom. Hi, Vivian.
Hello, everyone.
Wonderful. So happy to have you. And next we have Melissa Villanueva. Melissa is the CEO, owner, and founder of Brewpoint Coffee, a multi-million dollar coffee company with 4 coffee shops, a coffee roastery, and a premier event space. Melissa's innovative approach to running a successful small business has been featured on Forbes, Entrepreneur, Fast Company, and many other leading publications. Hi, Melissa.
Hey everyone, what's up?
We're going to jump right into this discussion because both Melissa and Vivian have so much wonderful expertise to share. How has the intersectionality of your whole identity influenced these experiences, and how have you turned them into opportunities for growth?
Oh, that's a great question because, it's, as a Black woman, I don't know which part of the patriarchal system is trying to hold me down, trying to hold me back. Right. So, I would say I've always been one of those people who took lemons and turned them into lemonade. And so I wish I had programs like this when I started my business back in 2012, or when I started this particular business back in 2012, because I didn't have access to resources. I didn't know what was out there. For me, entrepreneurship wasn't the luxury that we have now, because I'm originally from Ghana, West Africa. And for us, entrepreneurship is just a necessity. It's either you do entrepreneurship or you find a job, but the likelihood of you finding a job, it's better that you just become an entrepreneur. So, I was that child on my mother's back. When you see those African women carrying goods on their heads and they've got a baby on their back, I was the baby on my mother's back. So, for me, entrepreneurship was just a means to an end. But then obviously, as I started to grow on this entrepreneur journey, I saw that there were opportunities to leverage my story. Right. So not only was I figuring out this business, but I was an immigrant. I'm a single mother. I'm a college dropout. I have all the obstacles against me. And at first, I wasn't willing to share that story because when you look out into, the society, the culture, it's mostly white men that are, oh yeah, I turned my $1 into millions of dollars. And I felt like I couldn't compete against that. But then what I started to realize was I don't need to be like those bros. Right? I don't need to be like those guys. I just need to be like me. So I started to leverage my story and what was supposed to be my weaknesses, and I turned those into my strengths. And, I've since turned, the things that I remember in high school and in school, people, you talk, the teachers would be like, she talks too much. She doesn't know what she's doing. I've turned those into what you're seeing today. And so it's just been, I keep saying that it's a very interesting journey. It's not been an easy journey, especially running a business as an entrepreneur, as a Black woman, as a single mother, as a college dropout, as an immigrant. All the obstacles were there. But I managed to overcome them. And I think it's been my superpower.
I think that when I started Brewpoint originally, a lot of it was because I grew up in very homogenous communities where I was, the token brown girls, a brown girl that was more assertive, that was more, just generally liked to be the boss of whatever I was doing. And it was hard to know my place, like growing up most of my life. And then I would find success in work by being kind of like the token brown woman who was successful in the work that I was doing. And it's hard for me to feel like my work previous to Brewpoint really aligned, or the values were quite there. I felt kind of more like a little bit used more than anything else. And when I started Brewpoint, it really just came to this point of just like, is it possible to have a business that aligns with my values, that can be profitable, but also really have a place of belonging for the people involved, whether it's people coming into a coffee shop, so customers or your employees, or for myself. And so I think the one thing that I really like ended up realizing, so my main area in the Chicagoland area is Elmhurst, Illinois. It's also a very homogenous community. And it has been this journey of figuring out of like, if I want to make my county, my area more diverse, there's kind of like what Vivian was saying, I have this superpower of being able to bridge that. And so it's been 10 years of being able to like be intentional with putting my face out there and being like, I'm the owner of Brewpoint. You know, coffee shops are a big draw for people moving from the city of Chicago to the suburbs, and realizing that in being who I am, in putting myself out there, I've been able to not just grow a business, but transform a community, because the diversity is growing in our area. We're having like some of the largest diverse entrepreneurial events in our city because of some of the work that we're doing with that. And so it's really interesting to see the thing that has made me feel alone for a lot of my life, or very different or outside, has now become this conduit for diversity in the larger Chicagoland area.
Oh, I love that. I love that you were able to kind of see, growing up and feeling like one person in this world, and then when you grow up, build your business, you made a space for more folks to come in and find community there. So powerful. I feel like we can have a whole workday just talking to you ladies and picking your brains, honestly, because there's so many good questions, and we're already at the top of the hour. And I just want to say thank you so much for your information, Vivian and Melissa, and for sharing, being transparent, and providing so much inspiration here today. And until next time, bye.